What are
Well,
you laughing
hello.
at already?
It's another snow day here in the Pacific Northwest.
That does make you happy, yes.
It does. It's so pretty outside.
All right. Good morning, Curt and Jen. This is our podcast. Thank you for listening, for tuning in, for watching, for viewing. Did I cover everything there? Oh,
Yeah, I
also
think
like,
so.
love, follow, and also we would love it if you would subscribe. Should we find out something that subscribers get that's special other than they know exactly when the podcast is put up?
I think that's it.
Yeah, we don't have any money to give away. We have no dollars.
It's free though. It is free.
This is what you call a low-dough show or a no-dough show.
All right.
Coming up today with Curt and Jen in the morning. How about which part of the day, as you're going through your day, which part of the day is the happiest? And also we have, and this is like a incredible record, the song that has spent the most time at #1 on the Billboard radio charts in history, and it's going on right now.
Yeah. How many Americans actually like wearing a suit, and weird Super Bowl requirements for a city to get to host? Like, it's kind of crazy.
All the requirements.
Yes.
Um, Speaking of Super Bowl, we also have a few more Super Bowl commercials for you to look out for. I think the two of them are funny. Well, one's funny, one's weird, and one is also weird. How's
Two
that?
are weird.
Two are weird.
Really, like really weird.
And your answers from yesterday's question of the day, that was your must-have Super Bowl snack, right? Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Go. Okay. Can I first say, Curt,
Yeah.
yesterday night, I took my youngest daughter, Macy, who loves musical theater, to finally see an epic musical. And that musical is Hamilton. And
Hamilton.
have you seen it?
No.
I saw the movie version of it because I was like, I'm never going to go be able to see this Broadway show.
Sure.
It was mind blowing.
Mm.
It was so freaking good. It's playing at the Paramount right now. It's a long run. It's running through like the beginning of March.
Okay.
Totally worth seeing. But as you know, there was a little bit of a snowstorm yesterday. And it's a long musical. So we didn't get out of there until like 10:20 or 10:30. And so it was like the conditions of driving. I felt at some points that it was, while I was driving, that the snow was moving me because it was coming down so fast.
It'll do that.
Anyway, drive carefully out there because there's a lot of snow still right now.
And see Hamilton, apparently.
And seriously, see Hamilton if you can. I mean, it was so good.
So good.
So good. So good.
Is that Neil Diamond?
So good. So good. Yeah.
Sweet Caroline. Okay. You found this one, Jen, right up your alley. The happiest part of the day is ...
Yeah. And most people might disagree because they would say, oh my God, it's the worst part of the day when my alarm goes off. But according to a new study, mornings are actually the happiest time of day when people are happier, more satisfied, and less downbeat.
Hmm.
They
I'm going
analyze
to have to say, I'm not sure about it. Well, let me hear more first, and then go ahead.
the experts analyze data from almost 50,000 adults. So that's a good sampling size, really, if you know anything about doing any kind of research throughout 2 years, and found that regardless of the day, a person wakes up in a good mood, and that is the best that's the best they're gonna feel the rest of the day, really. Because after that, it's like a roller coaster. You kind of take a big dip around 10:30, then there's another there's another like surge of happiness around 6 p.m. when many people are off work and having dinner. Then as the evening goes down, like gets later,
Right.
you become less happy.
Does
And
this allow for
the least happy time is midnight or whenever you go to bed for the night.
this seems very backwards to me, so I'm going to go ahead and say that I mean, yes, you and I are used to getting up stupid early. When I say stupid early, I mean we've spent a good portion of our lives getting up at like 2:50 or 3 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
That's stupid early. But I do think that led me, because I used to be, when I was doing afternoons on the radio station, which was forever, and prior to that, when I was in Detroit and everything, I'd stay up till 1 or 2 a.m. every night and get up when I wanted to. But I think that I'm in a pretty good mood when I get up, because I think you and we had no choice. We had to be in a good mood to entertain, humans.
Yeah.
But
Well,
my wife, oh, no,
not?
no.
There's no time, when you first wake up, there's no time for much to go wrong except for your alarm going off, I suppose, right?
Yes, but yeah, she has basically told me, and I don't disagree. I actually sort of brought this up. I was like, well, you have an excuse because she's not only I don't know that she's grumpy in the morning so much as she's really in a fog, and so every answer is I try to be very quiet, getting ready for the podcast, and she's like, you know, what are you doing? It's like getting ready for the pod. I think that what's going on is a little confusing, and so she comes off as a little bit terse,
Oh,
you know
well,
but also not a morning person. And I mean, I think right about the time you go to bed at night, isn't that kind of a happy time too? Like you relax and
I mean, yeah, for me, I like going to bed. When I
right.
finally get to bed and hit the pillow, I get to go to sleep. Yeah, that's a good time of the day. Some of the obvious stuff from the study is the happiest mornings are Saturdays and Sundays, of course.
Hmm.
And people are happier in the summer months than the winter ones,
That I agree with wholeheartedly.
except for when
Wake
it
up,
snows and you get to do the
right.
snow dance.
And we get, one other thing in the PN dub, we get in the wintertime, and a lot of people don't know this. I mean, it is dark a lot.
Yeah.
It's pitch black when you wake up. It stays dark till, I don't know, 9 or 10, 8 or 9, whatever, and then it's
Could
dark
be
again, and you
worse. You could be in Alaska.
go. No offense to Alaskans.
No, not at all. Okay, Curt, do you actually like wearing a suit?
Uh, if I could avoid wearing a suit, and I do a good job of this, if I could avoid wearing a suit for my entire life, I would.
Really? It's that uncomfortable?
What's my go-to outfit? Hoodies.
Kraken gear.
Well, okay, for the
Hoodies?
show, yeah, but I mean, I think that hoodies and sweats are like the perfect outfit, but you can't do that all the time. I understand that.
See, I think guys look so, so good in a suit, like a really nice suit.
Well, I probably
Um,
do.
and I feel like, don't you feel like the world, especially around the Pacific Northwest, that we are super casual, so you don't see a ton of suits around.
Right.
Well, a poll found that about a quarter of Americans actually like wearing a suit, and there's 8% who love it.
I don't mind it. If Dane and I are going to a nice, event or something like that, I have no problem. I mean, I want to look nice for the event. I want to look nice for her. No issue with that. But I mean, for people that have to wear a suit and a different suit every day at work, I think, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah. I mean, they say they definitely get old after a while. Most people who like wearing them skew younger, like just over a third of people, or just under a third of people under 30 like suiting up. And they were saying
Yeah.
29% compared to 20%, 29% of men compared to 20% of women like wearing suits. I like suits for me to wear, but I think the most uncomfortable part is trying to get the sleeves into the jacket and having them stay and not get bunchy.
Right. I don't have as much of an issue with that as I'm not great at tying ties. I only know the one knot. What is it called? There's a word for it. I don't remember.
The
The
Windsor,
Oxford or something
the
like that. What's
Windsor,
that?
the Windsor knot.
Windsor knot. I said Oxford. Yeah, I was close.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't do them. I don't do them very well. I take two or three times. The first time I do it and the tie is down to my knees, like that's too long, And then the second time I do it, the tie comes down to mid sternum or whatever. That's too short. So it takes me a while. But I do like when all is said and done, the look. So yes.
The top 5 answers of why people wear suits, they make them look professional, they look good in it, they're stylish, they boost their confidence, and they're just a timeless outfit to wear.
And
And
then
28% of men said they've never worn a suit.
here's another issue. I wear suits so infrequently that without a doubt, the suit that I fit into from a year and a half ago, not so much.
Okay, we can move
Not so
on from
much.
suits.
I just need to keep my body in the same shape, I suppose. The same dimensions. Some stats we found on dating.
Yeah. So Valentine's Day is next week, and we talked about this. That 61% of singles say they'd go out on a first date on Valentine's Day. We covered that on the podcast. I think that was earlier this week.
Hmm.
And it could lead to a relationship or maybe just a friend. And there's a new poll out for dating experiences that people have had, and 80% of Americans said that they've been on a wonderful date at some point, and 50% said they've been on a terrible date. I
Now
would
this
agree.
is
I've done both.
yeah, more terrible than wonderful, I would say, or more bad than good. But I haven't really. I mean, I haven't dated in a long time, obviously. But I did want to do a little bit of a, this is a little bit of an aside, but I did want to do a, what they call a shout out to our friends, Randy and Carrie, because I think that they're one of the very few people that started dating in high school.
Yeah, my friend Sharon John did too.
We're
High
dating
school
all
sweethearts.
through college, got married at some point, and are still just really, really happy to be together. I hold them up, and this is, don't do that. I hold them up as an example of, there's a couple that did it right.
Yeah. Yeah, I have two people in my life, two couples in my life that have done that. I'm sure more that I'm not thinking of top of mind, but yeah,
Now,
love it.
there's some of the other numbers, like about a third, a little more than a third of people have agreed to go on a date with someone that they weren't attracted to. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah, and over a third of people have had sex on the first date.
Don't knock it till you've tried it. I'm kidding.
I'm not in that category.
I don't think I'm in that category either. I mean, I
Okay.
guess that would be a one night stand, right? I mean,
Uh,
but I don't know if that comes from a date or just somebody that you
I don't
met.
know that I believe you when you say that, Kurt Cruz.
Let's go ahead and play this music. From dating to watching TV while eating dinner.
Do you watch TV while you eat dinner?
Um, yeah, I mean, we would. I don't think it's a regular thing, but yeah, I mean, the TV's on. You know what? Usually the TV is on. Yes.
Okay. So if the answer is no, like if do you watch TV while eating dinner? If your answer is no, you were in the minority because 2/3 of Americans say they usually watch TV while eating dinner.
Hmm.
63% do compared to 41% who talk to people they're eating with, which is a little bit healthier than watching TV. Like being mindful about what you're eating and enjoying your company. Like
Right.
I think that if you went to most European companies, for crying out loud, countries, that you will not find that they do that. Like their meal is like
An event.
it's all the things.
Yeah, and you were talking about when you were in Italy. I'm talking about when I was in Switzerland and France. Europeans are disgusted by the fact that we would go to a drive-through, throw some things in a bag, and sit there in our car and eat. And I think that's good. I mean, I know that people are busy and sometimes you don't have any choice, but the whole dinner, as a time to get together and gather with family, catch up on things, is kind of gone by the wayside a little bit. And let me just say that I don't think that we, Dana and myself, while we're eating dinner are like glued to the TV. We're usually just talking. The TV's on in the background, but we'll catch up on the day and stuff. But it is not like you described where, the TV is off and you're very focused on family
The
and
meal and
conversation
the
and stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah. Yeah, not so
If we
much.
can get back to that, I think that that would do all of us a whole lot of good, and the
I
country and the world.
love the idea. Yes. Okay, so we're going to get to our question of the day, which has to do with Super Bowl food as well. But before that,
Seemed appropriate to put in.
yeah, there was a study. I use that word loosely. There's a study done by Mental Floss. You've maybe gone to mentalfloss.com. They found
I
that
love that
America's
site.
favorite Super Bowl foods were, well, I'm going to just jump into this. This study found America's favorite Super Bowl foods were buffalo chicken dip and baked potatoes. And I find that very hard to believe.
Why?
Buffalo chicken dip.
It's good.
Wait, is this buffalo chicken, comma, dip and baked potatoes?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that three things? Buffalo chicken,
Foods, it was
dip.
foods plural. Foods were buffalo chicken dip and baked potatoes.
What is buffalo chicken dip?
Oh, I will make you some. My friend Mariana has this delicious recipe that she's make. Oh,
Okay.
it's so good.
I look forward to that. Well, someone individually polled 3,000 people and said America's top Super Bowl food is officially wings. That sounds more logical.
Yeah.
All right.
And then,
Number,
well, our favorite, they did this study by state, and the favorite Super Bowl food in Washington is chips.
that's pretty broad. Chips, is that tortilla chips and salsa? Is that sour cream and onion? Is that,
Pick your pleasure. It's chips.
Okay, so buffalo wings came in at number one. 31 states said buffalo wings. Number two, as you mentioned, was chips, including here in Washington. The third was nachos, which to me is not that far off from chips. But if you're talking about nachos with all the stuff on it, then that's a little bit different.
Yeah, there's number 4 was pizza. Then there's cheese charcuterie boards, and
Too
then
healthy.
finally loaded potato skins, which I freaking love those.
Yeah.
Which are good.
Nothing sweet
So,
made
so
the list.
good.
People like savory for game day food or a little bit salty, I guess. So there you have it.
Oh, you know what we could do tomorrow, Kurt? I have this list of the what your favorite snack says about you. We should go through that
Okay. We'll hit that
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. We'll do it.
Okay. For today, for right now, your answers to our Curt and Jen question of the day from yesterday, which was, what is your must-have Super Bowl snack? Thank you for participating and showing up in droves as you always do. I love. Well, first of all, are we going to save ours to the end? Because I just wanted to mention that with something that I don't think is on here, and maybe it is, but I had a different name. A friend of ours, Kareen, always raved about barf dip.
What is that?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't believe it tastes like barf as much as looks
I
like it.
don't think it does.
Right. So if you know, let us know. And I think that's just one of these ones where you just throw a bunch of stuff together and it's
But
done.
is it like like chili, like beanless chili with some cheese all mixed together?
I don't know.
Oh, you have no idea. Well, you've tasted it. Do you not like it? What does your palate tell you?
I did not taste it. I just always, every time there'd be like something come, oh, hey, we're gonna have some barf dip this weekend. It's like,
Oh, for
okay.
crying out loud. All right, let's go through some of these answers. Cam, the bartender, this surprised me because Cam is the master at making the fanciest drinks, and
Hmm.
his answer was Jack and Coke.
That's
And
a must go to Super Bowl snack. And I like that he puts the Jack and Coke instructions. Add the following ingredients to a glass: Jack and Coke.
period.
Done.
End of story.
All right. Jody, thank you. She tuned in with pigs in a blanket. Can't go wrong there.
Jenny said spinach dip. And there's just to pause real quick, if you go to the Curt and Jen in the Morning Facebook page, you'll see these answers. And I think you'll see the answers, or go to Jen Pierrot, go to my page too. And they'll have the some of the recipes on there, which are good.
Hmm. I'm looking at barf dip. You keep going.
Okay. Okay, Jenny said spinach dip and gave the recipe. Eric said hot dogs and baked beans. Paul said 7-layer bean dip, which I really love that.
That's
Anne said
delicious.
spicy queso, which is just Rotel and Velveeta melted together like a dream, she said. Laurel said cowboy caviar. I love cowboy caviar in the summer. It is so refreshing. You could eat it just as a salad. You could eat it with chips. She also posted the recipe for that.
What? Okay. So but what is cowboy caviar
Oh,
basically?
it has like beans and corn and tomatoes and this yummy dressing. It's good.
Okay. I
Pepper,
found the barf
onion.
dip here.
Oh,
Is just people are super thrilled about barf dip. It has only 3 ingredients: cheesy, beefy, and a little bit spicy. So I guess it is ground beef and other stuff.
it might actually be beanless chili.
It does look like barf. I'll say that much. So that must be where the name comes from.
Yeah. Corey
All right.
said onion dip with ruffled potato chips, yummalish.
That is very good.
And then
Very good.
Randy, and I've been blessed to be able to enjoy both of these things. His famous all family chili, or all, that's their last name is all,
All.
or all
AULL.
family bean dip. Yummy yum sticks. He said instruction, he did not leave the recipe. He said, invite yourself over to the alls and indicate that you want me to make one of these.
Let me just jump in here for a second because we went to the Alls for a chili cook-off, and I'm not trying to one up. Actually, I am. His famous all family chili did not place in the top three of
Yes, it did.
the chilies. Yet the Cruz, Miss Dana Cruz, came in second.
I think that their chili did place maybe third. No?
I'm not trying to knock them. I'm just saying, they might have been on the podium.
Okay.
But
All
whatever came
right.
in first place was really good as well. And maybe they're just being nice because as the host of the party, well, we can't make ours be the winner, even if it is.
Hmm.
I look forward to trying the all family chili recipe
Nice.
and dip.
I
Are we moving on?
It's good. We're moving on.
Okay, I can move on.
I saw this and I was like, I have to mention this. I have to mention this.
Because sex sells, Jen.
I mean, seriously. So Build-A-Bear, the one where you go, the little store that you go in and you pick your little stuffed animal and you step in
And
and you
you,
put the little
what?
heart in it. And it's a cute little thing, typically for kids, but
Yeah, you
adults can
build a
too.
bear. That's what it is.
All right. They have an Instagram post that they recently posted, and it's a sexy Instagram post that features a like a Build-A-Bear bear who is wearing, it's a cougar. She's a bear that's dressed as a cougar, like a stuffed bear in high heels or high-heeled boots. I'm sorry, high-heeled boots, a cougar plush coat, sequence cami, and a short leather skirt. This is a stuffed animal, and they
Right.
put it in suggestive poses, and they even have a jingle that is called "On the Prowl."
So this is using the slang word for cougar, which how would you describe that?
It's an older woman going after younger guys.
Right. Which I think is funny. When we were back on the radio, I wanted to do this. I wanted to put up a photo. Is you're heading, it's in Mill Creek, the elementary school, right? Right across from that is a park, which is called Cougar Park. And I thought it'd be funny. There's a big sign that says Cougar Park, and I thought we should have, like you said, like 3 or 4, hotties dressed like that, just hanging out around that sign,
That
checking
wouldn't
out
be
younger men.
that wouldn't be creepy at all.
No, no, not
At a
creepy at all.
park. Oh my god. That was so fun. I just couldn't believe it. It's worth checking out their Instagram post because it is kind of funny, but also like, what in the hell?
How about this, Starbucks lovers or coffee lovers? Starbucks is giving away free coffee on Monday morning. Big Sunday, it says. A big Sunday, which would be the Super Bowl. A big Sunday calls for a Starbucks Monday, big game on Sunday. Many Americans will spend the day going big, which may lead to a long Monday. And as Jen has said, I think that the day after the Super Bowl should be a holiday for everybody.
Well, that many people think that, yes.
Mm-hmm. So on Monday, which is February 10th, your game day coffee is on Starbucks. They're going to pay for it. Starbucks rewards members in the U.S. can stop in for a free tall, hot or iced brewed coffee anytime on Starbucks Monday. So I guess it's Super Bowl Sunday and Starbucks Monday now. Yeah.
And they say if you're not a member, you can sign up before 11:59 the day before, and even if you sign up on the 10th, just see your barista and they'll give you a free coffee. So
right.
no matter who wins
12
Sunday,
ounce.
we all win on Monday. That's what they say.
The tall, do I need to specify that that's 12 ounces is a tall?
I mean, that's fine. I just wanted
Depending
people
on the
to
drink.
know. I just wanted people to know they got free. They get free coffee from Starbucks on Monday, and I just love all their little slogans, like, a big Sunday. I can't remember what they said. I just
a big Sunday calls for Starbucks Monday.
Yeah, and no matter who wins Sunday, we all win Monday.
That's true. So, and think about this: it's a tall, so you're getting a free one. That could be anywhere from about $4 to maybe 100 for a drink.
No, it's only iced or hot plain coffee.
Oh, shoot.
Not any drink.
Dang it.
This is a quick little thing, and I just put this in because I love ChatGPT. GPT. It is no longer requiring you to use a login because they want to be your search engine. So they feel like if you don't have to log in anymore, you can just come and do your search, much like you would with Google or Bing.
So they're competing now to be a search engine that people use.
Yeah. That's all. That's all I want to say. You don't need a login anymore. Just go there and you can do your search, and they can do a lot of things for you.
Here we go with the Super Bowl commercials. We've been sharing a couple with you every day that we have seen and enjoyed. And as you pointed out before, a
couple of these are really weird. I looked at them and I'm like, oh.
And we'll get to them. We do have the audio from a couple of them to share with you.
All right.
And this is, I think we'll have more tomorrow as well. But we picked out 3 today that these are Super Bowl commercials that we think are, and this one I think would qualify under the weird one. We'll have to explain it a little bit first. This is about Mountain Dew, and they got the singer Seal, right? Seal.
Yeah.
And in the commercial, they turned the singer Seal into an actual seal.
It's weird. It's weird and creepy. And I was like, is this appropriate?
We're going to set this up. It starts out with some people on a boat. Okay, there you go.
It's kissed by the perfect amount of tropical lime.
Baby, rock and baby to a kiss from a lime on the bay. Ooh, the moment I think I'm in a strange on the sea. Yeah, my flippers can't hold Mountain Dew. It slips right on through watershed.
So he's a seal. My flippers can't hold Mountain Dew.
His head. So Seal, if you don't know, is African American. So it's his head literally coming out of a seal body. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't want to start anything. People are going to complain. People are going to say that this has racist overtones or undertones. I just know it
I
because
couldn't even believe it.
that was a bizarre one. Now we also have, if you want to see something maybe even weirder than Seal is a Seal, there's Shania Twain. She is in the Coffee Mate ad for this year, and it's not all of Shania, or even just Shania's head and face. It's just she's a singing tongue.
And this has a lot of sexual overtones to it. A lot.
Mhm.
Like it's literally this guy leaning back on a couch with his tongue sticking out, doing funny things. And Shania Twain is the one that's singing the song that goes with the tongue is singing.
That's just bizarre.
It's freaking weird and it's very sexual. Like it starts with like this person like licking off cream, like foam off their lips.
It's you know what? I know that they say any publicity is good publicity, but I think that's going to be a turnoff. I don't know. Now, the fun one here features Channing Tatum getting back to his Magic Mike roots, right?
I mean, Curt, just stop right there. You said Channing Tatum. That's all I need.
That is all you need. And if you haven't seen the movie Magic Mike, it's about his, actually, it was his job when he was younger as a stripper. And so this is Channing Tatum for Stoke Cold Brew Coffee. And the gist of it is he's going into a locker room, I guess, midway through a game to sort of psych up the team. And this is what it goes like. All right.
All right, boys. Your bosses are not happy with your celebration dances. So, try to keep up. Most important thing, eye contact. You got the gloves. Use them.
You got the gloves. Use them.
All right, you guys got it?
Hang on.
No, I promise Ryan and Robin, keep it classy. Everyone put your clothes back on.
Everybody put your clothes back on.
Curt, I just realized that we are going to get dinged on this podcast.
Shoot.
People probably won't even be seeing this podcast, actually.
Hopefully you heard part of that. And it's worth checking out. So at least go, use your little computers there and go and see the ad for Stoke. Yeah. And it may, because of the way things work with podcasting, they might say, you cannot play Everybody Dance Now. Going to make you sweat from CNC Music Factory, Curt and Jen, whoever the hell you are.
This commercial for Stoke Cold Brew Coffee, when Channing goes into the locker room, it's very much based, in my opinion, on the show that I cannot think of because I'm having a major like brain meltdown. What's the one?
Ted Lasso?
Yeah, Ted Lasso. Thank you.
It
is very much Ted Lasso.
It's like a psych up, maybe halftime saying, okay, guys.
Yeah.
But apparently the owners of the team were unhappy with their celebration dances. So that's what they brought him in for. It's a fun one. If you get a chance to see it, we'd recommend it.
All right. I just wanted to touch on this quickly. Weird requirements for a city to host the Super Bowl. So there's this TikTok video going around with this gal that's saying, here truly are the weird things that NFL requires in order for your city to host the Super Bowl. The list includes just a few things. 3 very nice golf courses. They have to have access to 3 very nice golf courses for free.
Okay.
20 free billboards for advertising, which that would be pretty easy, I think. Access to 2 top-tier bowling alleys.
Do we have any top-tier bowling alleys anymore?
I don't think we have any top-tier ones, that's for sure.
What was it in this? What is it? Sunset Bowl or what's in Kirkland? Is it doesn't matter.
I don't know what's in Kirkland.
All right.
An apartment building for the NFL staff to live in for over a month leading up to the big game, and 35,000 free parking spaces. That's just the start, but those are some of the weird ones. So
I thought this was going to be the stuff, it was going to, you have to have X size of an arena or a field or whatever. And so, but it's,
yes, I'm sure you have to have that, but those are the kind of like what?
35,000 free parking spaces. That's not going to happen. Sorry. All right. This is big news in the world of music. We have a new champion for the song that spent the most weeks at #1 on the Billboard radio charts. Okay. This is more weeks than any other song in history. That goes back to the Beatles and the Stones. And even, you think about Taylor Swift and whatever. This song has spent more weeks at #1 on the Billboard Radio Songs chart than any other song in history, and it is Shaboozie's "Tipsy."
Everybody in the bar getting tipsy.
Well, and of course that was a kind of a remake with new lyrics of the song from way back when of Tipsy, which good for Jaquan. He's getting some money now. But 27 weeks it's been #1. So it beat out the Weeknd's song Blinding Lights, which I guess I didn't know that was the previous record holder.
I didn't either.
And that's you also found something else about Tipsy, some other stat.
Well, it's just the first song to ever break into the top 5 on the country airplay chart, the pop airplay chart, and the adult pop airplay chart. So it's just like
Right.
crossing these, genres and formats, which is that's hard to do.
And that's true. And it also shows that the music, difference in music genres are really not that far apart. It's all pop music. And so if it's pop country or pop whatever, but good for him. That's a massive a win, I guess. So congratulations, Shaboozie. Do we know his real name, by the way?
Nope.
I knew it at one point, but
Do you want me to get it for you?
no, he's just Shaboozie from this day
Okay.
forward.
I had to mention this because there was a judge in upstate New York who was forced to resign, rightfully so, because he was up to be a juror, right? He was a prospective juror,
So
and
he got a jury summons to be a juror, and he's a judge.
he's a judge. Keep this in mind. And here's how he got out of being a juror and out of a job, quite frankly. Right. He said, I know everyone that comes in front of me, they're guilty. They would not be in front of me if they were innocent.
This is a judge. You talk about, presuming innocence before guilt. He's like, anyone that comes in front of me. And again, he might have been saying this just to get out of jury duty. At least that's what I was thinking at first. So what he said was, they said, can you be impartial? He's like, you know what? I know that everybody comes in front of me. They're guilty. They would not be in front of me if they were innocent. Nice judge.
What happened to upholding the innocent until proven guilty?
Exactly.
Whole concept in America.
So I guess they asked him again if he could set any preconceived notions aside, and he responded, no, it would not be fair. Again, he's assuming everybody is guilty.
And then he had to resign. The end, as he should.
Well, he was dismissed from the case, which is good.
Well, duh.
And then I guess they passed this on there, like a judicial commission. They said, there's a judge who just admitted to not being very impartial at all. Maybe look into that. So,
get out. Bye-bye.
He got the axe. He got the axe.
Yep.
If you're going to be a judge, try to be impartial. I guess that's what we're saying here.
Try to be. You take an oath to be.
Be impartial. Or else don't use that excuse to get out of jury duty, or you're going to find yourself out of a job.
What the hell? What the hell? All right. This brings us to the Curt and Jen podcast question of the day. Curt, what did you come up with? This is Curt's question. I like it.
I think it's a fun one. And hopefully these won't be very dark secrets, but we have basically, what's the biggest secret that you kept from your parents? It says as a teenager, but I think it could be any time through your, say birth to 18, right? The biggest secret that you kept from your parents as a teenager.
And did it ever come out?
I think I have one that I can share right now.
What is it?
Well, I was pulling my youngest sister around in a wagon, right? Just innocent enough, pulling her around in a wagon, and she fell out of the wagon and hit her head and got a concussion, right? We had to take her to the hospital and everything. Right. That's not that in and of itself is not a big deal. The thing is I suggested it my 8-year-old self. I was like, hey, why don't you stand up in the wagon? Which she did, and then I went zoop and pulled it out. So that's why you had to go to the hospital, Terry. Sorry, I was just a dumb kid.
She doesn't know that. Like your sister listens to this, so she's just gonna find this out right now.
I don't know if I ever shared that before or not, but so it wasn't as innocent as it sounded. It was like, hey, Terry fell out of the wagon.
Stand up, try surfing in the wagon, Terry, and I'm gonna pull you real fast.
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea in theory, but it wasn't. What about you, Jen?
I have to think about that. I don't know one. I have to think about. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm sure we're going to get some good ones. The biggest secret you kept from your parents as a teenager or as a youth.
Here's how my life works, Curt. If I break any rules, I get caught. Like, if I do things wrong, I am going to get caught. So I just try to stay on the straight and narrow.
I actually pretty much the same. I don't know if it's just karma. I'm a firm believer that if, it's like, okay, I don't want anything bad to happen to me. I'm, Yeah, I try not to do questionable things either, but mostly not because it's right or wrong, but I don't want to get caught, and I will get caught.
Right. Thank
There
you
you
so
go.
much for hanging out with us. We appreciate being part of your daily routine. We have new podcasts every weekday, so please join us for the next one tomorrow. And in the meantime, have an awesome day. Make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and
And laugh.
have a good one, everybody.